So, have you ever been in a position where you look around and wonder what on earth you're doing with so many plants? That's where I am right now. As gardeners, we get in this thing in the springtime where we just want more, and I sometimes forget how much I've already got. So I'm in a position where I've got a ton of potted plants still in their nursery cans. I bought this back in February and it's still in this nursery container. Obviously doing very well, very dry, but I think it would like to be repotted. So I've got a whole bunch of plants just hanging around and I need to get them in the ground or in a pot because I don't want to lose it. So I live by this principle in my garden that if I bought it, I have to use it. And since I started to, live by that principle, I have dramatically decreased the amount of plants that I lose per year because I just simply forget about them. Or my plants change and then, I end up not using them and I forget about them and then they die. So I am going to plant up some just random plants that I have laying around. I'm gonna cram them into this concrete planter. I actually purchased this at my local garden center. I was driving past and I flipped the car around, I don't know why. And I went over there and they have this concrete planter for $35 since I bought it, of course, because it's concrete. So as per usual, I don't know where I'm gonna put this. It's probably gonna end up on the west side because the west side garden has kind of turned into a catch-all. So of course I'm gonna run drip through it for the likelihood of it making it into a somewhat permanent spot in the garden. I'm going to fill it up with soil. And again, these plants, there's no cohesion, there's no design idea, there's no thought. I'm just pretty much sticking them in here so that I can save them from dying. All right, smush down that soil a bit. And of course my Osmocote is all the way over there. Alright, so I'm putting a little Osmocote, mixing it in, and again, I'm just going to stick these plants in here willy-nilly, haphazardly. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. But it'll turn out some way, somehow. I've got a black mondo grass. I'm going to stick that in here. I've got this Euphorbia Glacier Blue. It's Mediterranean Spurge. And this thing has been languishing in its pot. I'm going to stick that in here. These phlox, these tall phlox, I did in a recent video where I ordered some bare root things in an impulse buy, and I have no idea where I'm going to put them in the garden. So in order to save them from perishing, I'm going to stick a couple of them in here. The labels fell off. I have no idea what's what, but they have been doing well. There's a worm in here.
Can I have it?
Nope.
Please.
Nope.
I want it.
Nope.
Dad.
No. I'm getting rid of a lot of this soil. These plants have done really well. Really, really well. All right. Last thing I got are a couple of random vinca. And I'm gonna just stick them in. And as you can see, I again paid no attention to where I was positioning things. You know, I just literally crammed them in here just to get them out of their nursery containers. And you know what, to be honest, it didn't turn out half bad, you know. So I've put in 3 tall phlox. I've got this, I forget what kind of geranium it's called. It's not a zonal. I think it's like a Washington or a Martha geranium. Got a black mondo grass, a couple of vinca, and I will find somewhere to put it. So the moral of the story is here, guys. When spring comes around, let's try to practice a little bit more restraint. That's not going to happen. But if you have a leftover container, or if you have a random container and leftover plants, the best thing to do in order not to waste your money is to try in some artistic type fashion to arrange them in a pot, put them in a nice location, let them grow on. So this is just a holding container. If you buy a nice container or you come up with an artistic design and you need one of these plants, pull it out and use it. If a place or a spot in the garden opens up and you need one of these plants, pull it out and use it. This again is just a way to preserve your plants and to condense your plant stockpile and have it look somewhat nice until you need the plant. So I don't have to go around and water these plants individually anymore, especially as the time is getting hot. I can hook this into my drip system because I put the infrastructure in place. And if I don't do that, I only have this one pot to water instead of like 6 different containers to water. So I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you got some inspiration from watching me put these random plants together. Let me know what you think about it in the description and in the comment section. And what do you do with your random plants that you buy and you have absolutely no idea where you're going to put them? Because we all do it, so let's not act like we don't. Alright guys, so there you have it. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And in all things, even when you overbuy on plants, give thanks because you can find something to do with them. Alright, we'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care.